Hang on. Share an embarrassing moment.
Probably an embarrassing moment that I think would be a pretty good one to share. One time, it was when my mom was first starting teaching me at Le Caron High School, and she just started, so she probably started like that. I think it was like the first high school dance, and my sister thought it'd be a good idea to just go and party hard like she normally does, just get finished. Anyway, my mom, just being a teacher, they're just trying to get her, trying to dip her paws in the water, get to know everybody. My sister pulls a fast one, decides she's going to get absolutely hammered, and my mom ends up getting a phone call from the school saying, "Come pick up your daughter, Rita. She's pretty messed up." So I think for my mom, that would have been especially embarrassing. I mean, she just started a new job, so I think that's a pretty funny one.
Share an embarrassing moment.
There's a lot of them. I guess one that I'll remember the most is Tanya just getting her feet back on the ground when she was trying to get her little business up and going after she was trying to figure out what she wanted to do, and figuring out that some stuff in school wasn't working out for her. So she's like, I'm going to start a cleaning business. So she was working like really hard to try to impress my parents and show her that she was capable, and try to show her that she was responsible. And she did just the opposite of that. So she decided to go to one of those old hillbillies, like La Fontaine bonfires out in the field, the Dorian boys and the Ladouceurs and all those hillbillies. And I remember they had a bunch of crates burning in a fire, and she thought she'd go and she'd go dance on them, like the hippie she is. Just go dance on a couple pieces of board in a fire. Anyway, she ended up blowing through the boards and absolutely wiping right out and like messing up her ankle, and she ended up twisting her ankle and stuff like that. And then she came home, and I remember for like 3 days she was telling us how she was having so much trouble walking around, and she'd go to work like pretty much crawling out the door and mopping on her like all fours, just crawling around with a mop. She was in rough shape. And then we finally heard what happened, so that was a pretty embarrassing one for her. It was funny.
Do you have any advice or well wishes for the newlyweds?
Yeah, I think I do. I think it's really important to probably give a good demo of how to properly put on a condom. So today we'll be starting off with the pretend this is, Yeah, so we're going to start off, and you want to make sure you have the reserve tip towards the outside. See, the most important thing too is that the fold on the ring is kind of like that. Make sure you get the right size, and simply just slide it on like this, and well, you're ready for a good time, let me tell you.
Do you have any advice or well wishes for the newlyweds?
Yeah, I think I do. I think for a while, before you get the funds going and have enough money to raise a family, it might be important to maybe bust out some of these, the old Ultra Thins. Yeah.
What is something you will always remember about Tanya?
Probably one thing that I probably remember the most about my sister was I guess over the years she had quite a collection of crazy boyfriends. As you see, she ended up with Simon, a pretty big bearded guy. But anyway, back to the story. There is this one guy she dated for a bit, and he was pretty creepy. I'll definitely give him that. He's a creepy guy. And one night I was laying in bed, and I hear this weird, like, super high pitched squeal. It was like, I was trying to like figure out what the hell it was, and we thought it was like maybe like raccoons or something, or like a cat or something. So anyway, me and my dad go downstairs, and we make our way to the front door, and there's her ex-boyfriend crying on the porch, and it was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. So it's definitely the most memorable thing I've ever seen in my life about Tanya.
What is the greatest lesson this couple has taught you?
Well, probably that you can easily let gas go in front of your boyfriend or girlfriend. So here's an example.
What was your first impression of Simon?
When I first met Simon, he was getting his window cleaning business together, his money maker, I guess you could call it. And I remember he was telling me the business name was Squeegee Squad. And ever since then, that's how I remember him. I see Simon, I'm like, that's the man. That's the legendary Squeegee Squad owner himself, the founder. I was like, my goodness. So yeah, I figured just in respect to that, I'd put together a couple clips of what I think a day in the life of a Squeegee Squad employee is like. So here's a couple clips of that.
If you could describe Tanya in one word, what would that word be?
I guess if I had to sum up Tanya in one word, it'd probably be, I guess I could go corner on this one. I could say that she's probably my twin, because we're pretty similar. We're both pretty crazy, and if I had to think of somebody who has like the same sense of humor or the same craziness, it would definitely be Tanya. So yeah, she's like a twin to me.